Howdy y'all, welcome back to the Lair of Zach. Today we're going to take a peek at the traditional classic House of the Rising Sun. And we're going to talk about a few ways that you can kind of make this tune your own, in addition to just talking about it very simply and learning the chords. Now, let's just kind of play this tune real quick to get it in our ears before we do anything. Here we go. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor girl, and y'all, I know I'm one. There's our basic form, our basic progression that the entire tune is going to follow. Now, in that first method, we used all even finger picking for every chord. We could certainly do other ways where we have maybe a mixture of strums as well. Maybe all strums. Now, let's talk about these chords first in general. A minor, I think we're all pretty cozy with A minor now, but regardless, I will post a chart to kind of re-familiarize ourselves if we're not. Second string, first fret, third string, second fret, fourth string, second fret. 5-string strum. The beauty of this in transitioning to a C chord is that these two fingers get to stay. Index gets to stay, middle gets to stay. That ring finger comes over to string number 5. And then we have our C chord. D chord, kind of beauty of that is we have a 4th string open, which gives us a little bit of wiggle room for transition time. And then the F chord. The F chord is probably the most challenging of all these chords, to where we'll have a finger on the 4th string, 3rd fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then this index finger covers both the 1st and 2nd string on the 1st fret. This is a pretty challenging chord. Have that bar finger, the one that's covering 2 strings, on that side of that finger, not the pad that's really soft and fleshy, but that side that's a little bit more hard and bony. And have it very parallel to that metal fret. Not like that, not like that, not up here. Right next to the fret, nice and parallel, side of the finger. And notes will be clear. So there's our first line, A minor, C, D, and F. Second line, back to A minor. C, and now to an E chord. E looks just like A minor, but it starts on 3rd string, 4th string, and 5th string, all 6-string strum. Back to our original form. A minor, C, D, F, and the last line. A minor, E, A minor. This page will also be posted, so you can download it for free and copy it yourself and make any sort of markings on the page that are going to help you. Now, as far as the finger picking pattern, this is going to be a really simple method. On every chord, we're going to play strings 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep our fingers respective of those strings. So the index finger, in this case, will always play the 3rd string. Middle finger will always play the 2nd. Ring finger will always play the 1st string. And the thumb will play whatever bass note is representative of the chord. So for example, our A minor chord is a 5-string strum. That thumb will play string 5. C is a 5-string strum. Thumb will play string 5. D is a 4-string chord. Thumb will play string 4. So if we just kind of dabble in those first 3 chords, it'll look like this. And the pattern that I like to say to myself is bass 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, calling out the strings that we're going to play. Bass 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. If the pattern's tough, stay just on one single chord and practice that for a few minutes. Perfectly even. Bass, 3, 2, 1, 2. Let's go to the next chord. C. 3, 2. Here comes the D chord. Open 4th string. Finally the F chord, 4th string bass. Like we said, that pattern will be very consistent. So even when you're not practicing, you just pass the guitar, pick it up. Do that pattern even just with no chords down, just to get that right hand really comfortable with that. And then really the last piece of the puzzle, the only chord we have not yet played in this finger picking pattern is that E chord. And since an E is a 6-string chord, we're going to make that a 6-string bass that the thumb plays. You may be asking, why am I placing all of these fingers down if we're not playing in the picking pattern, string 4 and 5? Place that chord down for 1 because it's going to be easy and familiar to get to if you're cozy with any of these chords. And for 2, if you happen to make a mistake and hit the wrong string on accident, the note that you play then will still be in the chord. So it will still sound good, everything will still match up, and your audience will be none the wiser. So that's it. Now that we've kind of talked about that, I'm going to play the whole thing just with that finger pattern one last time, nice and slow. And here we go. One more just kind of reminder of this hand, A minor to C, C to a D. You'll notice how I hit the 4th string before that chord was down. So when I go to transition from C to D, that 4th string open is a nice help to where the chord doesn't have to be placed exactly time. We have a split second of kind of wiggle room in that. So here we go from the top. And after the pattern is down, after the foundation is set, you can really make it your own and do whatever you would like, whether it's a mixture of chords and strums. There's a quick little run of House of the Rising Sun. Hope you enjoyed. Leave any comments or questions below. Download the page that'll be linked below the video. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.